else.
Well, I was just saying, when you're clearing stumps, you want to be very careful about not disturbing a whole lot of soil around it, because that disturbs the permeability of it and affects drain field use or anything else you want to drain afterwards. And just with the rest of the brush, an excavator is the best way to, it can catch it with a thumb, it can grab it, put it in the truck, haul it away without disturbing the soil.
Okay.
That's basically it. And you don't want to try to change the contours too much, except where you want to put a building. Then you're going to have to, and you're going to have a driveway approach. But as far as the rest of it, try to leave the terrain as much the natural contours as you can, and then you can use it for anything later on. You won't have destroyed the soil in the process. That's basically the point of it all.
Okay, great, thanks.
Lots of green.
It's pretty up here.
Well, it is pretty. And like, you can get a, at least now you can get a little bit of a water view there. You got a second story house here, right on the top. You might catch a winter view of the water, at least in the winter. Another thing that's important in septic too is septics work best on sloping sites, because the gravity tends to pull the effluent away from the trenches, and you want the trenches to dissipate the effluent in the ground as much as possible and not sit there. On level sites, they can actually build up a mounded water table, if it's shallow soil, a mounded water table underneath the drain field. But on a sloping site, it drains better, and gravity pulls it away from the trenches. That's why I prefer sloping, at least gently sloping sites. To you don't want to go down 90 degrees or something.
Right.
You know, a gently sloping site is better for a drain field.
Now, is the county allowing your basic gravity system to be done these days?
Only when you have the soil depth to meet what they call 36-inch vertical separation. That's the distance between the bottom of the drain field trench and the hard pan or winter water table. Very few sites actually meet that. You might have, if you have a gravity system on a sloping site like this, you would have to have at least 4.5 to 5 feet of permeable soil depth before you hit the hard pan. Now, with a pressure distribution system, as opposed to a gravity, just pressure distribution piping and orifices every so many feet, with that type of drain field, which resembles a regular drain field but it's got small piping, that you can reduce the vertical separation to 24 inches, which enables, we do a lot of pressure systems simply because of that reason. And also with a pressure system, you don't need a full 12 inches of gravel like you do with a gravity system, so you can reduce the gravel depth to 9 inches, which gives you 3 more inches to play with.
Okay.
And then below that, then you're talking something like aerobic pretreatment to a pressure drain field following. So we can go down, in that situation, we can go down to as little as 12 inches. So, you know, one of those systems will fit here. You know, perfect if gravity will work, but I can't guarantee that.
Right, right.
You know, but probably pressure would work here. I don't see any indications the soil depth is unusually shallow or anything.
What are the differences in cost, basically? Just a basic ballpark. If your basic gravity system costs X in the same lot, then the next one might cost Y.
When you're talking about a gravity system, if you're talking a basic gravity system, say for a 3-bedroom house, you're probably talking about $7,000–8,000 bucks. Now, if you're talking pressure, you're probably talking 12 to 15. If you're talking aerobic to pressure, you're probably talking, 15 to 20. That would just be a ballpark area, depending on the size of the house and the system.
Okay, great.
The system size is what makes a difference. A 2-bedroom is going to be cheaper than a 3 and a 4 and so on and so forth.
Right.
So it's all a matter of that.
Okay, thanks. Better turn this off.